All right, welcome to the team meeting for October 2017 with the teams of Amy Johnson, Laura Robertson, and Tiffany Foreman. We're going to get started here in just a minute. So the first part of the meeting, we're actually going to be here in the kitchen doing a cooking show live demonstration. So those of you who are physically here, if you want to grab a plate of snacks, this is what we would be doing at a show. You'd be grabbing maybe some snacks before we start the show. So go help yourself. All right. And then maybe what I'll do is I'll put this on speaker view since they are, oh, what did I just do?
My son loves them. Yeah, I didn't have to cook them 10 minutes longer.
All right. Recycle, recycle.
I can't hear anything. When I click join on audio, it tells me to pick a number. I dial in.
Who is that?
That's Courtney. 757.
She's right there. I just don't know why she's not muted. She might need to turn the volume up on her end.
Can you hear and see us?
Sorry.
Can you? Okay, we can hear. We can see her now.
That's Laura. Courtney dropped down.
Oh,
here.
Courtney's down there.
She says, "I got it."
She's got it. Can you hear us?
Can you hear us, Courtney?
Sorry, guys. I didn't want my face there.
Courtney probably has hers just turned off.
Okay.
Just so we can't see her.
Okay, that's fine. All right, come on this way, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, y'all come on in here as you get your plates ready.
She's a friend that's I need a non-consultant.
Yeah.
So she's just gonna come. You'll maybe go
Sprite
look at the guest name tag.
chocolate.
The guest name tag.
She came through the food.
Chocolate one. I'll try it with you.
I'll try it. Because I don't like white.
So you moved here from up north, right? Okay, all right, yes. Tiffany was telling me about you. So welcome. All right, so we're gonna get started in here. Y'all come in.
Come on
in.
in.
The doorway. Come on.
We're getting wine.
Yeah, if you want to make a fence up at the wine table, that's totally fine. You're gonna need you'll want this handout.
Oh yeah, that's what I just sent Adam to the car for. Do you how do you usually get people to come in? Like, don't you usually do a thing? I've seen her.
What are you talking about?
Like when you start a show, do you usually
How do you
say?
get them to leave the den and come into the kitchen?
Don't you usually have a thing?
Okay.
So don't move.
No, not really. Just go ahead. Do explain to them what we're doing.
Thank you.
Here you go. No. We're just we're filming just so she can.
Okay, so if you're busy with the name tag, take a break. Listen up for a second.
Stand in front of the camera so they can see.
Yes, I will. So you'll want to come on in here, I guess, so you can see.
Come on.
Now stand. So what we're doing tonight is we are going to present to you a cooking show, like a live cooking show, because here's the problem that we run into. You all want to see a cooking show in person, because oftentimes, even if you hosted, you saw it from a guest or a host perspective, you didn't really see it from behind the apron, and it definitely is different when you're a consultant, okay? So we kind of want you to see it with those eyes, but from here. So ideally, we would like to put you in our car and take you with us to a real live cooking show, because there's a little bit of a problem that happens when we do a pretend show or a mock show, and that is people tend to be too consultant-y, and it's not realistic. Because what happens when I say to my guest that's checking out, are you interested in hosting a show? Instead of replying in a typical guest fashion, she's going to reply in the consultant fashion of what I want to know how to say, and it's not real. You know what I mean? So we have put in place some parameters to help make this as realistic as possible. But I'll be honest with you, the best thing to do is come with us to a show, because not only, I put it right here. I'm sorry, I brought it in, I didn't want to lay it down in your food. What what happens when you come with us, not only is it a good experience for you, it also keeps us honest. Because have you ever been at a show and you're like, I'm not feeling the vibe. I don't really want to do my booking slide because they hate me or you know, and I don't want to talk about the business to not this group. But if you're there watching us, darn tootin' we're going to do it because we have to, because you're watching and you're there. So we definitely want you to come with us. Now, you should have a cooking show observation guide right here, okay? Use this as we go through. This is the same exact thing I would give you when, oh yeah, there's more if you need more. There's more here. The same exact thing we would give you if you attended a show with us. Do you need one? Oh, you're the host. Okay, so use this. If you come up with a question while we're going through things, jot it on here and we'll talk about it afterwards. Because when we start the show, this is the rules. Okay, a couple of rules. First of all, if you are new, so let's say 6 months or less, you're allowed to speak. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. If you have been around longer than 6 months, you are not allowed to speak. You can move, you can be a body, and when we do stations, you can participate, but shut up. And I'm not trying to be rude. The problem is, what happens, and Debbie knows because you see Debbie takes over. We all do. And we all say, well, you know what I do? And another thing that I've learned and I heard, and we do that because that's just how we are. So if you're new, you're allowed to speak. Otherwise, shut up. And then the other thing I want you to do is pay attention to listen for booking seeds and recruiting seeds. And because some of us will be on mute, we're all going to get a little sign. And if you hear a booking seed, you can hold up your booking seed sign. See the sign. La, la, la. And if you hear a recruiting seed, you can hold up this sign. That's okay. You still get it. You can still wave it. Still wave it. Just make sure you have it pointed right. So you can wave your little sign and try. And that will make you, I think, a little hyper conscious of how many times we drop those seeds out, okay? Like I said, if you have a question about if you have a question like, I don't know how to use the grader, a question a guest would ask, then you, of course, ask it. But questions about procedure, write them down, ask when we're done. Beyond that, this is going to be a live show experience. Casey is our host, okay? And when we check out, Stacy is going to be a guest. I'll fill you in. It's okay. It's easy. But we just want to run through a checkup.
No. Sorry, Stacy is our past hostess, Casey is our current hostess, and Chrissy is our recruit lead.
Yes. Okay, I just read off what you had written down.
I changed it.
There's a wrench in your
I just read it on your paper. Okay, so at any rate, we want to run through a checkout. We'll probably just refer to you, but we want to run through a checkout with you. Okay, so, but it's no big deal. So, any questions before we have to mute our faces? I know, right? You might be allowed to speak.
This is so difficult.
You'll be all right. You make it.
Oh, no.
All right, so we're gonna get started.
All right, so as you would have walked in at my cooking show, I would have handed you a current catalog. I use a wish list, which I will upload to the page if you haven't already seen this. And then you would have gotten a pen. That's all you get from me is a catalog, a wish list, and a pen, okay? So we would have come in, I would have encouraged you to get something to eat or drink, and then come in and be comfy wherever we are. So, and I would say, you know, you can sit if you want, you can stand if you want. We are gonna get moving in a few minutes anyway, so just, you're not gonna be too comfy in any spot for any length of time anyway. All right, so usually what I do is I'm gonna try to go into show mode here, and I just put down what I need. I'm pampered, not perfect. Okay, so thank you guys for coming to Casey's Pampered Chef Show, and I wanted to tell you that my favorite 4-letter F word is free, and you're going to be hearing me use that quite a bit tonight. So my first freebie is that I'm going to be giving Casey our current Season's Best recipe collection. And if you've been around Pampered Chef a while, you will know that our Season's Best changes every 6 months, just like our catalog does. So these are great gifts to give. I suggest stocking up on them because they make really great gifts. I have school-age children, so they always write best wishes or Merry Christmas or Kiss My Big Toe or whatever, and we give them to the teachers at Christmas time. Also just great for any kind of gifts that you need instead of a Hallmark, because you'll end up throwing that in the trash, but you'll keep this forever. So at a show, I would say, I'm going to start this over here, and we're going to circulate it around, and everybody's going to write Casey like a yearbook-like message, like, thank you so much for inviting me, you know, great to be here, whatever. And then at the very end, we'll get all the way back over to Casey and we're gonna let you keep it at the end of the night for your first freebie. All right, so thank you. Now, I'm not gonna let you guys do that, but there you go. Okay, so
need one of those.
you might need one. Okay, so I always do that first, and then I say, okay, you guys have a catalog. So look at the very bottom. Right there is everything you need to stock me. My name is Tiffany. I've been with Pampered Chef over 14 years, and you know, I'd like to give you guys a brief overview of some major products that we're going to use tonight. I am also going to give out some other freebies, so don't be shy to interact and all that fun stuff. But this catalog is yours to keep. So you can circle in it, dog ear in it, do whatever you'd like. Now, with your wish list that you have, bless you, is that I want you, we will eventually use this as your order form, but I want you to fill this up all the way with anything that would make your life easier in the kitchen. Also think about your gift giving needs. So item numbers are easiest, and then think about maybe who you might be buying for today, school teachers, bus drivers, hairdressers, bank tellers, things like that. And then at the end of the night, I'm going to tell you what's on sale now, what's on sale later, and that way you can make your decision on what you're going to get now and maybe what you're going to get at your own show later on down the road. Okay? So I will give you a prize, whoever fills this up all the way first. Okay? All right, and at the bottom, side note, the 3 things listed at the very bottom are the 3 kits. So that's, yes, our recruiting seed planted right there. All right, so also on the front is my Roundup from the Heart sticker. This is my reminder to tell you a little bit about Pampered Chef's charitable organization that we give to. And what I'm going to do tonight, make it really easy on your checkbook, is round all the orders to the next whole dollar. That little bit of change goes back to our local food bank in Norfolk. It's all zip code driven. So if you're on the High Net from Hubby plan and you do half on a card and half in cash, that's totally fine. It's really easy to divide in half when you are using whole numbers. So we round up. So you'll be very surprised at the checkout when your numbers are rounded up and you'll say, oh, really? It's really that even? Yes, it is that even. All right, and then, like I said, this is for you guys to keep, so feel free. If you would, I'm gonna take it home and put it in the circular bin, you can go ahead and give it back to me at the end of the night and I'll recycle it for you. Okay, so what we're gonna do tonight is Casey has picked out a really awesome recipe called chicken bruschetta pasta, and we are gonna break this up into station style shows. I have found that it is, people like to be interactive. They're like, you guys came here to hang out with each other, right? You're all Casey's friends. So you guys wanna talk and mix and mingle, and so I'm gonna let you guys do that while we're putting this awesome dish together. So let's start with station 1. We have our grill pan station. This is gonna be how to grill it like a girl. So those of you who've been in Virginia for any length of time know it's hot, cold, buggy, or muggy, and that's all in one day. And so when that happens, I like to grill it like a girl in the house. So we're gonna use our grill pan here. Does anybody have any cookware yet at home? Stacy, didn't you just get the grill pan at your show? At your show. You got a half price at your show. That's awesome. Now Stacy was our past hostess that Casey booked her party off of that. So this was one of the things that she got from doing that. So in your catalog, if you'll flip with me, and I have not memorized page numbers yet, but cookware is, we'll start on page 17. So this is where you're gonna see our beautiful grill pan feature right there. There's a single and a double burner griddle. Now I brought the single burner griddle tonight because it actually is one of the items that's in our Pampered Chef kit when you become a consultant. So I love the double burner griddle. I use that quite a bit at home, and I'm gonna give you guys some tips on how to use them both. You can use them on a flat top like Casey has here. You can use them on a coil or a gas stove, so whatever you've got. But we're gonna grill it like a girl. I'm gonna show you how to fillet your chicken breast first using our closing cut and our knives, and then we're gonna get this grill pan going. Now with our cookware, as you see the cookware is featured here. If you flip one more, you're gonna see the spread of the 2 different kinds of cookware. We have our executive nonstick cookware, and then we have our stainless steel. So 75% of our catalog is under $30. The other 25% is pretty much sitting on these 2 pages right here. So what I love about these items, even though they do have a bigger price tag associated with them, they're lifetime guarantee. So with your eye, follow me across on the description, and you're gonna see a little number or letter in a circle. And if you are getting older like me and you need peepers, I'll tell you right now that the L means lifetime, and then there's a 1, 2, 3, and 5 throughout the catalog, and that's the extended warranty on the products. So cookware has a lifetime warranty. Now I prefer to cook up quick, wash it off real quick, and so I love my executive cookware. It has the non-stick coating on the inside and out. It's got nice riveted handles, so you'll never need a screwdriver in your kitchen after many years of use. And then it has the silicone handle, so it stays nice and cool on the stovetop. Now this is safe in the oven up to 400 degrees. So if you do put this in the oven, still don't grab it by the handle because that does get hot. So you're going to use a pot holder on that. But this is safe to 400 degrees. It is hand washed, but it washes up beautifully. Now on this pan, on this side is the stainless steel cookware. If you use words like fond, roux, deglaze in a regular sentence, then you might be the type of person who likes the stainless steel cookware. So with the stainless steel, it has a nice, beautiful satin finish. It does create fond when you cook with it, so that's what protein lives behind when you cook in it in the pan there. Some similarities is that they do have both of the riveted handles. Now these are dishwasher safe, so you'll notice that DWS at the bottom of the description, so these make these dishwasher safe. So it really depends on what kind of a cook you are. Do you like to just wash it up quick, get done and get one and done, or do you like the stainless steel? I like to be able to cook on a medium heat and kind of control it. You tend to use a higher heat when you use stainless. If you automatically crank your knobs up to high, maybe you need to adjust what you're doing. So we're going to cook on executive tonight on a medium heat, and then stainless is going to be on your high heat, and then dishwasher too if you'd like. All right, so the next station we're going to come to is our rock crock station, and I don't know what page it's on because I haven't memorized this yet. Our rock crock is on pages 10 is where it starts. Now, how many of you have been stoned before? Got some stoners in the room? Awesome. All right, so what do you ladies cook in your stoneware? Everything. So usually that's what comes up. We've got, anything from chicken nuggets and french fries to roasted veggies and potatoes, some cookies in between, maybe some pizza. Your pizza, what's that?
Reheating my leftovers.
Reheating your leftovers is always better. Now, your pizza doesn't care if it's on a circle or a rectangle. It's like your wine doesn't care if it's in a martini glass. It's totally okay. So you can cook your pizza on your rectangle. You can cook the cookies on your circle stone. It's totally fine. Most people, when they start out their stoneware collection, start with a large bar pan or the large round stone. Those are the two most popular when it comes to beginner stoners. Now, if you've been around a while, you may want to experiment some more with some stoneware, and you like the ones that have a little bit of a capacity, more of a casserole type thing. So you've got your bakers that have, your traditional 13x9 for your lasagnas and your cakes and things like that. What I really like about the glazed is you see that we have some of the platters that Casey got at her show, Stacy's show, out on the table in there. Those are stoneware platters, and they're actually dishwasher safe because they're glazed all over. So the platters and the bowls here that are glazed inside and out are dishwasher safe, which is awesome. All right, so they took stoneware and they put it on some steroids, and they came out with the rock crock. So this is the rock crock, and we are going to use this tonight to make pasta in the microwave. Now, our rock crock is safe in the oven, under the broiler, on the stove top, in the microwave, out on the grill, and it can go in the dishwasher to clean it all up. So it's an amazing item. When I thought I couldn't come out with anything else, they blew my mind and came out with a stand to put it in. So now your rock crock is a crock pot. So you can get rid of your crock pot and just use this baby here. So I love how you can braise a piece of meat on the stovetop and then put it in your crock pot stand. Like times before this, when I would try to make a pot roast, wasn't quite sure how I'm supposed to braise it on the outside and then get it to the pot and transfer it without dropping it or burning myself. So I absolutely love that you can do it all right there in the rock crock. Now with this, there's a couple different sizes. We're using the Dutch oven size tonight. So if you have a family that's like 3 to 5, I would definitely say this is a perfect size for you because you can always make more, and our family loves leftovers. So I would definitely say put the rock crock on your wish list there. I'll give you a little side note. This is going to be the booking or the host special in the month of November. So if you're already eyeing this rock crock, that may be something you want to consider, but we'll come back to that. All right, so station number 2, you're going to be just opening these 2 boxes. You're going to be getting them in the microwave. We're also going to teach you how to grate some cheese. Now, how many of you are still buying bag cheese? It's all right, you can tell me. All right, so let me educate you a little bit. With bag cheese, you notice the little white powdery dust that's on bag cheese. Does anybody know what that's called?
Starts with a C.
Starts with a C. It is called cellulose, and to me that is too close to cellulite. I've got plenty of that. I do not need any more. So cellulose is an anti-caking agent. It's a preservative. If you look it up, it's wood pulp or sawdust that they're putting on your cheese to keep it to last longer. Now, cheese loses its flavor 3 days after it's been grated, so that stuff you're buying in the bag tastes like sawdust, and it is tasteless. So if you're trying to get away from preservatives and you're trying to do something better, you definitely want to go move to block cheese. And so that was something that I've learned through Pampered Chef, is that block cheese melts so much better, it tastes so much better, it lasts longer. If you have a block of cheese and there's a green fuzzy on it, what do?
You can cut it off.
You cut it off. But if there's green fuzzy in the bag, what do? You gotta throw it away. So you just wasted some money. All right, so that's why I absolutely love block cheese. We're gonna be using our fine microplane grater on our Parmesan tonight. Works great on your hard cheeses, also great on chocolate, nuts, zesting, things like that. So we're gonna use that. The coarse grater, I love for our soft cheeses. So like we can't have Taco Tuesday without shredding a bunch of cheese. We also use it for our pasta nights and pizza nights and things like that. All right, so then station number 3, you're gonna be hanging out with my boyfriend. His name is Manuel. And we're gonna be making a bruschetta, a fresh bruschetta sauce. So this is actually called the manual food processor. And we are going to use, get our tomatoes and get in there, slice and dice. We're also gonna use our herb mill here and do our basil, and we're gonna do some fresh garlic. Now, do you ladies know how to pick out fresh garlic at the store? All right, so let me teach you a little something. So when you, the first time I ever went to a Pampered Chef show, we made a ring. Has anybody been to had a ring before? All right, we had a love affair with crescent rolls. Everything was wrapped in it. And the first time I ever went to a show, it called for 2 cloves of garlic, and I came home with 2 of these. All right, my husband, thank God, stopped me because that would have been really bad. Okay, so we have since learned that within the bulb of garlic there are cloves, but you know, like a melon, you don't know, do you thump it, do you smell it, what do you do? So with garlic, you can smell it. Doesn't smell like anything, right? All right, if it smells garlicky, it's past its prime. If it smells earthy or like nothing, it's good to use. You're also gonna want to pick out garlic that looks like your men's undies, white, tight, and snug. All right, and then that's how you know that you've got a good head of garlic. You also want it pretty firm. You don't want any soft stuff or any green things growing out of it, okay? So that's how you pick out your garlic. So we're gonna use our garlic press on that. And so with each station, I've typed up a set of directions, so you don't have to memorize all what I just said. But station number 1, you're gonna come over and you're gonna get the chicken ready. And I'm gonna show you about how to fillet our chicken breast. We have 2 different kinds of knives here. We have our stamped knife collection, which is called our color-coded knives, and then we have our forged knives. So with these, the manufacturing process is different, therefore it's reflected on their price tag. When they do a stamped knife, they lay the metal out, and then they cut the shape, and then they put a handle on, and then that's a nice stamped knife. Now with a forged knife, any Game of Thrones people in here, Robin Hood, anything like that? All right, so they heat and hammer the knives over and over again, up to 50 times, to get that metal really nice and the molecules condensed, so that's really sturdy stuff. This is German steel. This is also part of our lifetime guarantee stuff that's in the catalog, so the cookware and the forged knives. So I'm going to show you how to use those. You can try them both out when you fillet the chicken breast. So station number 1 is going to be doing the grilling it like a girl. Station number 2 is really hard. You have to open this box and pour them in here. So that's really hard. And then station number 3, you're going to be playing with my boyfriend. So I've got the instructions ready to go. So if you would actually put your items down, you can bring your drink because I believe in drinking and cooking goes together. But if for some reason you don't want to help out cooking tonight, would you maybe be a reader and come over and help with the directions of the recipe and maybe help the people that are doing the cooking? Now I do have a sink right here that you can wash your hands, and then my hand sanitizer is, I guess I forgot to bring it out. Is there one in there? Amy, can you see that big one? I usually have 3 little bottles of hand sanitizer that I have one at each station. So, and I just refill it with that one. So go ahead and y'all can set your plates down for real, and we're gonna cook the recipe together. All right, so set your papers and all your plates and everything. And then if you wanna learn how to use the grill pan, the grill press, and the close and cut, come over here to station 1. If you're gonna use the rock crock and grate some cheese, station 2. And then the veggies and the bruschetta sauce is gonna be at station 3. And I'm gonna need to get in the fridge right here.
Yeah. That don't matter.
There we go.
Can I ask a question or no?
Yeah.
Have you ever
You
had
had
a
a
party where nobody moves, but
Yes.
half the people don't want to do something?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I said, hey guys, if you're not gonna help me, you gotta come up here because we're not gonna eat unless you come up here. So I might get like 1 or 2 people, or I might literally take the item and put it if they're sitting at a table. That's why I don't want people sitting at a table, because they won't get up from a table. Now, if they're sitting at chairs spread out in the room, that's fine. But if you let them sit around a table, they will not get up from the table.
All right, so act like your guest and do this
All
so
right,
she can
so-
go like she normally does.
All right, so who's gonna grill it like a girl? All right, so we're gonna start with station one.
How do I do
We're
this?
gonna pre- All right,
No
so
idea.
we'll have a reader come over here. Yes, anybody wanna be a reader over here? And help you? Okay.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna take y'all to the stations. Hold on one second.
What you need?
Let's see if I can flip you around.
Station three.
Okay. Oh, there it is.
So if you look down here, so here's your ingredients, and then here's what to do with them.
You want me to read?
Right, your reader. And we're gonna use all the tomatoes, even though it says 3, we're gonna use all 6.
Okay.
4 cloves of garlic.
Sorry,
You don't have no sisters?
Yeah, just gonna pour it on in there.
Bought garlic a day ago.
So my rule of thumb is 1 hot to 1 heart. That's usually perfect. And then with this, with bow tie, I usually do about 6 minutes. And then I stir it, and then I do another 6. So I'm ready to check it. So I'm just gonna.
Now, does this get hot? Does that get hot?
There you go. And more separately.
I've grown this in my yard.
Awesome.
So she just volunteered to bring fresh basil.
Yeah, I'm
Awesome.
growing it in my front yard.
So my plant died, and so there's just some from my plant, and then
Right.
some that I bought.
Okay. That's a natural mosquito deterrent.
Yeah, very nice. That's good to know. Actually, the last time I did this recipe at a show, we used basil essential oil and not fresh basil. So what you need?
We need to
Open the cheese
So
with. I'm
what
sure
are
we
we using
can.
this for because it's not amber?
You're gonna use it on the yes. Okay, I'm coming. All right, so you need here. Use that.
3.
All right, so with the closing touch, usually I use my shears here, and I look and I get all this yummy stuff out. All right, we're gonna put all that off.
Really?
And then we can perform a little surgery here.
Oh, I
All
can't
right,
see
so
you.
then we're gonna put this. Now, sometimes if the breast is too big, if you visualize this is a circle and this is a triangle, I'll cut it right there where the triangle is, and then I don't have to fillet that part. Usually this is the thicker end, but this will probably fit in here just fine. All right, so then you take your knife and you put it right here. And when you press it down, it's like 2 little trampolines in there.
a smusher.
All right.
Smusher.
All right, so there you go. So now you guys can do the other one.
Oh my god.
Isn't that beautiful? So if you had a really, really thick one, you could even do it again. But then we're gonna lay a flat layer right here. So use your shears again to clean it up and then fillet. I'm gonna wash my hands.
Do you want to do one? No, that's fine watching. Are you a consultant? Are you sure you don't want to do it? Or you know how to do it?
I think more cheese is better. So you just keep on going. And I love how this makes it like snowflakes. So like, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Now you're gonna want to do a lot because we're gonna make them, they're gonna steal some here in a few minutes.
Gotcha.
Beautiful. All right, so actually, you should put your ball, I forgot to tell you this. Put the ball in first.
Oh, so to push it
So
down,
then we're gonna do that,
it'll.
and then the weight of it will push it down. Now, I did wash this and rinse this earlier. Now, if you want to be able to see it, take this base off now and turn it. So it would go right here on this mat. You might just have to shake it for the ball to kind of get, there you go, look at that.
Fancy.
So you can do your basil, you can do your cilantro, you can do your parsley, oregano.
What seasoning are we using here?
All right, so the one that's right there in front of you is going to be
Oh, it
garlic.
smells so
So
good.
make a flat layer.
Smells like
Or
summertime.
just like extra. Yeah, we're gonna use that too. So make one layer, and you're just going to sprinkle it on half.
And then she said,
I mean, on the top half. Okay, just the top half.
Your face isn't in the picture, so you're welcome.
You're gonna touch it again.
Say hi, Stacey.
I know, but I don't want to touch
Say
everything.
hi, guys. More cheese.
I love Sue. I
love Sue now.
I didn't touch her on me.
I usually touch with one
usually
hand.
use tongs with everything.
I touch with one hand and sprinkle with the other usually.
I have a paper
Oh,
towel.
I have to touch it more.
You're gonna touch it again, yeah. So just keep sprinkling on one side. No, just one side. You're fine. Just sprinkle. And be very liberal. Keep going. Yeah, you can. Yeah, there you go. You're gonna get all of it.
Mess up Tiffany's house.
No,
She
you
doesn't
cannot mess
care.
it up. You're totally good.
I'm sorry.
Get those little pieces up there too. We're gonna use those.
And what
All right.
are we using?
So that's called crushed peppercorn and garlic. So then, Sue, with your chicken hand, flip the chicken down
That's
in here, and we're gonna squish it as close as we can get in there. There you go. Yep, we're gonna get them all in there. No oil, just the rub. There you go.
I learned that the hard way.
Now I'm gonna want.
Yep, get that little baby in there. There you go. Now sprinkle the other side. So that's why we use one chicken hand and one seasoning hand. And if you need to, we can take the lid off of that. It's getting down to the end. Yeah, we can just. There you go.
Does that top get that?
Yeah, it does. Because heat conducts through here. It will, but right now it's very cool.
Maybe it needs to be a little more dry.
There you go. Beautiful.
But I mean, it does make it fire.
So then we'll take that. Just like that. There you go. And then you just leave it just like that. Okay, so you can take all of that and just toss it in the sink. And wash your hands, so you're good to go. Yes, my tomato and I put
No, but my daughter.
Oh, here, this is in it too.
So I forgot to get all my knives out, so I'm pampered, not perfect. So usually what I do is I just take and cut the bottom off. Then I use this guy right here.
Yeah, press first and then we'll put the
And you want to line it up so your handles are in the opening, so then it goes straight down. Now, that's fine. A lot of times with this recipe, I then take my either quarter and more or my
Scoop loop.
scoop loop and just scrape the seeds out so it's not too seedy. Like I don't like the seed part, so I just kind of. All right, so keep going. And you can't hurt it. Put some pressure behind there. There you go. Yeah. Use that as our trash bowl. All right, so you guys can do the same thing I just did to the remaining 5.
Yeah, I guess.
And put all this trash here and go right there in that little trash bowl so that you have a surface source.
Yeah. So I'm like, I feel like it's not.
Put that in there.
Put some speed behind it.
There you go. All right, so with chicken, what you're gonna notice is that any kind of protein, so chicken, steak, pork, whatever you're doing to fish, is that this press feels very suctioned on. Try to pull that off. You just did that. So see how it feels very suctioned? It's not ready to flip. So that is your test. So I give it a couple minutes, usually like 3 minutes, and then it starts to release. Even if the chicken sticks, it releases. And that's when I know it's time to flip. So you have the tongs to flip. We can go ahead and toss that in the sink so that's not in the way.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm good to go. Now, over time, as the heat conducts from the press, so the press is cast iron, and the metal here, the heat is gonna go up here. So, like right now, that's still kind of cool. It's getting a little warmer, but I have a mitt here for you to use so that you can grab that when it's time to flip.
Now these pans, well, obviously you use them. They don't scratch the glass.
Right. I just try not to drag it across. But like when I buy, like this was only 2 breasts. Now I usually buy like the big package of chicken breasts like that, and I do it all, and I do the double burner.
Yeah, that's what I was.
And then I usually do 2 different seasonings at a time. So half would have this one, so I have a savory kind of flavor, and then the other half will have the Southwest, so I can make chicken tacos, nachos, whatever I want later in the week, and it's done. So it's like power
What do you do,
cooking.
freeze it?
We a lot of times will go through it all.
Yeah, I know.
You know, having a teenage son, you will go.
I do.
My daughter eats this as much too, so, but like if they have to go to practice and stuff, like they can make it themselves. Yes, everything on a tortilla. Whether you put ranch and lettuce on it, or you put salsa and whatever, cheese on it. All right, ladies, you're looking good there. All right, so we're gonna add in those maters.
6 minutes.
So 6 stir, and then another, let's say 6 should be fine.
Very good.
The watch pot never boils.
Looks like it's been an hour. All right, so like for food recipe, if you notice, we didn't measure the basil. We just used all the basil I have.
Yep.
Because the more basil, the more flavor.
All right.
And you guys can smell it too, can't you? And as you were saying, it's cheaper if you just grow it
Yeah.
than it is buying that little thing at the store. So Stacey, on the sink beside you, there's a little black container. Do you see that? Up at the corner there? By the sofa sensor. So that's what the basil, I bought the basil in a little plant like that. It's much cheaper, and then you can plant it outside. Or keep it in your inside.
Yeah.
But my
in the
cats would eat
window.
it. So. All right, so yeah, you can add those tomatoes in. So you did your garlic, your tomatoes, your oil, your basil, a little salt over there next to Sarah. All right. And then we'll add some cheese in there too. All right, let me check on our girls at the grill. All right, so you flipped them?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, a couple minutes. 2 to 3 minutes, depending on how thick they are. You know, I always check. So next up, what we're gonna do is once we transfer over to this bowl. All right, so we'll transfer it in here, and then we're gonna use our salad chopper. So these are like juicy and Tuco knives on a hinge. So I put the chicken in here, and then I'm just gonna slice it right.
All of them at once?
You can do it either way. A lot of times I hold them backwards like this. In a catalog, you're gonna see them like that. But I usually hold them like that so that I can do that. They redid this a while back, and the handle is now incomplete. They
Oh
stack
yeah.
better. And the base is a little wider, so you get a hand mixer in there a little better. A little wider. Like that. All right, ladies, so how we doing? Station number 2, set the hard job watching pasta. All right, station number 3 is getting to work on here. All right, pull that lid off, station 3.
Oh, cheese.
Sorry, just go over here.
Right.
There you go. I'm gonna wash on the end. All right, so side note is as I get things off the table, this bucket right here behind Casey is down inside my crate. I have this like a collapsible crate that I got at Sam's Club. This is in the half of it. And so all these little tools I'm picking up and I'm putting in here Rachel Ray style and putting them, underneath the table so that I take all the dirty dishes home. My husband does the dishes. He can ask me about that later and why he does the dishes. But then that way I can kind of make room, especially if I'm serving right from the same area. So like for you guys, I would be carrying this stuff over to the bucket, not the bucket to the table, but for simplicity's sake, this is what I do. All right, so if somebody will toss that in the trash can. And so did you guys like having these prep bowls right here? Weren't those fun? So this is your reminder when you use these to squeeze your boobies. All right, because they're silicone. So they're your reminder to do your squeeze. Okay. They're also
My hands are full. Can somebody sneak mine?
Yeah. If you
Okay,
can't
thanks,
make
Sarah.
the wine glass, this works really well too.
I'm gonna like her, Sarah.
And then these come with lids.
Yeah.
And I've also, I'm not a very good double boiler when it comes to chocolate. These work really well though, because then you can actually pour them in molds and things like that. So I feel much more Betty Crocker.
Do they store together?
And they they nest together. All right, so like I would just collect all my dirties, including these. Right in here like this.
Were we supposed to mix the cheese up?
Oh, yep, keep going. All right, so.
I'm gonna need y'all to
Like,
put
when
some
it came
speed
out,
on
the
that.
bucket would sit right there while I'm doing dishes.
Go to town, Chrissy.
All
1,
right.
2, 3, 4, 5. Sarah hold.
Over here, over here.
Let's see.
All right, so how's it looking? All right, so then I have this tool right
Let me
here.
tell you
This is
something.
the prep side, this is the pan side.
I know.
And so then when I do it, I just take it like this. So this works much better when it's hot. All right, ladies, I want to show you how we just cleaned up the grill pan super fast using the grill pan tool. This tool works much better when it's warm and it just glides on there. It has a little picture on it so that it tells you which side to use on the pan, which side to use on the press. And then do not touch that because that is hot. I have accidentally done that before, that stuff. So I'm pampered, not perfect. But my husband really appreciates it if I do that to the pan before I bring it home because unlike you guys, this is gonna sit in my car for the next half hour as I drive home. And it's just much easier to clean. But like you guys are gonna be just letting it barely cool and then cleaning it in your hot soapy water. So, all right, so station number 1 They are finishing up the chicken. Sue is salad chopping our chicken. Now these salad choppers are awesome. So what did you say that you used them for? You said you had a pair at home?
I did. For cutting my lettuce and cut chicken.
Awesome.
Pork roast stuff.
Oh yeah, that's great. I just did meatballs the other day. We did frozen meatballs, and as they were warming up, I just crushed them all one time, so they had 3 pieces each, because we're making subs. So that's our fast dinner, and then that way, because I used to cut them with a knife and a fork before I made the subs, because who wants to bite a big old sub and like get just one whole meatball? Like, whatever. You guys get the visual. All right.
Wait.
All right, so you're good?
I'm getting there.
There you go. You're perfect.
Or
That's
you
good.
want
That's
to
good.
take?
Oh yeah, well let's show them over here. Okay. So here's the grill pan. Here's the chicken that we've grilled, and then we're using the salad choppers kind of backwards, and then we're just slicing and dicing. So if you notice, like if you do things like chicken tacos, chicken chili, chicken enchiladas, this is the easiest way to do it, and then cook a lot of it at one time. It does work much better when it's warm. All right, and that looks pretty daggone good there. All right, you do want to make sure that when you rinse these off in your sink, chicken gets stuck right there, and then I have one of these little Pampered Chef brushes, and I clean it before I put it in the dishwasher, because if not, that chicken will still be in there after you put it through the dishwasher. Okay. All right, so what we're gonna do, this a little hard? So maybe 2 minutes? All right, perfect. All right, so while we're waiting on the pasta to go on for 2 more minutes, we're gonna marry everything together in a few. Let me tell you a little bit about what Casey is gonna get. I'm gonna reach right here beside you. What Casey's gonna get from having us all over today. So when I met Casey at Stacy's show, she was really excited. She wants, don't you really want the grill pan? Isn't that what's on your list?
Gotta have that.
Yeah, so we talked about booking her show that night while we were at Stacy's house.
How you doing?
And she actually got a prize on my prize tag and all that stuff, so I'm gonna tell you guys about that. But what she decided is, so what I do with my hostess, I make it really, really easy on my hostess. So because I want to be able to, you know, not take over her life when it comes to having a Pampered Chef show. So how many of you got a postcard invitation? And we get a postcard in the mail? A couple of you. Anybody get a text message invitation reminder? All right, somebody get, did anybody get a recorded phone call with my voice? Awesome. So you kind of knew, you heard my voice and you walked in, you kind of knew it. So I use an online assistant that Casey went in, she put her feet up one night, put in all your addresses and everything, and then we just hit go. And so you guys can get the paper postcard, the invitation, because sometimes grandma wants the postcard, but your work friends just need an email, and your neighbor down the street just needs a text. So we make sure that we cover all of our bases with that. So I try to make it really easy. So then it's time for the party. And, you know, after you all order tonight, Casey's is the last order that we do. We also, all the orders, and this is a side note, I do all direct ship for my orders. So even if you're not on direct ship, you can still direct ship all your orders. So you don't have to worry about this. So all of you will be getting your orders directly shipped to your house. So Casey, you're not going to sort through any boxes or anything. Again, we're going to make it really easy. So your, let's just say that Casey has a $1,000 show. How much free is she getting of a $1,000 show? $215. So that is totally awesome that she's getting $215, and that can be anything she wants in the whole catalog. She's also going to get up to 5 items at half price. So my job is to help her decide what she wants free, what she wants half price, and get her the best deal possible. Now, she also is going to get anything else in the catalog up to 30% off. So she can start buying all of y'all's Christmas presents right now. She's also going to earn her PhD, which is, so that means you all can call her Dr. Casey for the next year. But her PhD is her past host discount. And she's going to get 10% off at any of the other shows that she goes to. So tonight, Stacy, you have your PhD because you were the host last month. All right, now you also get the monthly special. So every month it's something different that Pampered Chef has put together. Is it October? So this month for Casey, she gets to pick any one item in the entire catalog, including these special sets that Pampered Chef put together at 60% off. Anything you want. So it's totally awesome. Now, every month is different. Okay, so like coming up in November, we have, okay, who fell in love with the Rock Crock tonight? Me. Okay, so the Rock Crock, you can get the Rock Crock with the stand and the new carrier as a host special in the month of November. So now, Casey, don't be sad that you can't get those specials in November because you're going to get what's called the Future Party Pick.
What?
All right. So at every show you go to that books off of your show tonight, you're going to get a half price item at every show you go to. So tonight, Stacy, you're our past hostess. You get anything you want, a half off. So remember I told you to keep the catalogs. I'm your consultant. Save me in your cell phone as Pampered Chef Tiffany, because in maybe 6 months you'll forget my first name, but you'll never forget Pampered Chef. So think about having your own party, because when you do, and my slide broke earlier, when you do, you're going to get all my new slides arriving tomorrow. You're going to get all of these benefits just from having me over. So I don't know about you, but have you guys had fun tonight? And you're about to have some food? Right? All right. So, and then we got some free. Casey's already got her free. You guys ready for some free?
Yes.
All right. So real quick, what I'm going to do is just marry these things together. So we have our pasta. Okay, you always want to make sure you kind of step away because the steam that comes out, so unless you want to fog up your glasses, you can do that. All right, and then we're going to add in our chicken from our batter bowl. All right, so this was all grilled and sliced and diced with our beautiful kitchen shears. All right, and then we are going to add our bruschetta sauce. Now, Manuel, you'll notice that some stuff gets stuck on the top, so I usually grab one of my Baywatch babes, because they're all silicone up top, if you guys are old enough to know that show. Is that I just scrape off the base or the top of the manual food processor here. And then one thing I really love about this is that when you take this blade out, it doesn't start leaking all over the place. There's no hole in the bottom of the bowl. So this also comes with a lid so that you could like make your bruschetta or your salsa or whatever you want. You can also do a dozen eggs in here and then keep it in the fridge until you're ready. All right, so there's our bruschetta sauce mixed in. All right, so there's our pasta. There's a little bit residual broth. That is totally okay. And then we just mix all these ingredients together. So super easy recipe. Remember, when you're doing this for your family, you're not going to be talking them through every single step. So you guys can put this on the table super quick. Like, as long as it takes to cook the pasta, that's about 12 minutes, right? You can put this on the table just with the right tools in your kitchen. So we're going to let that sit for a minute. And then I take a little bit of cheese here and we sprinkle that.
Just all of it.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
And then we'll have some reserve for anybody who would like a little bit more. I forgot I put cheese in there. That's all right. Oh, I had an extra cookie. Okay, I forgot. I'm sorry. I usually ask that too. All right, so I let that sit and I let those flavors all kind of marry.
At least you remembered something.
Yeah, late. Okay, so you guys like free, right?
I like free.
You like free? All right, so what we're gonna do is I have 3 prizes here, okay? We have surf, sand, ocean, and the moon that we are going to be giving away here in a few minutes. But first, what I'm gonna let you guys do is I'm gonna give you each one of these. So pretend like I'm passing these out. Now I know that you guys didn't come here today looking for a new career or even something to get a little bit of supplemental income into your life, but I wanted to take a moment for you guys to be really nosy. How many of you feel like I did work tonight? Because this is my job. But I love the fact that it's very flexible, and after 14 years, I've done it at all different levels, and I could throw up all over you when it comes to how I could do Pampered Chef or how you can do Pampered Chef. But I want you guys to be really, really nosy. Look at that flyer that I just handed you, and maybe think about a question that would help you, or maybe something that you know someone that could benefit from something like this. So who wants to be the first nosy person and ask a question about how to do Pampered Chef as a way to earn some extra income?
6 months and under. What do you got?
I'm not used to you phrasing it that way. Sorry.
Okay.
How much does it cost to start your business?
Great question. So when it comes to the kits, flip to the last open spread of your catalog, and so you'll see there's a picture of the 3 kits that are there. And so we have 3 options. You have the starter kit, which is $109. The deluxe kit is $159. So the starter kit has $450 worth of product. The deluxe kit has over $600 in product. Then they matched the 2 of them together and added that awesome grill pan in there for the ultimate kit that is $249. You get an apron and a bag to go with it. So how many of you dropped like $200 at Sam's Club without even like that in mind? Okay, so this is like not a big deal, and this is 75% off. So any of you who are here tonight want to score the deal, this is the deal of the day, 75% off right here. Who else has got a question? Yes,
How
ma'am.
long does it take you to prep for a party?
I have gotten more efficient as time has gone on. So my bags kind of stay packed after I do my dishes. But when I tell my family that I have a show, I allot about 4 hours. So if I really want to go to get a pedicure or something beforehand, I'll like tell them at 6. Or I can drive to Gloucester or something.
How much time do you spend doing this?
Doing all this. So I'm kind of a math nerd. So what I do is I take my amount of shows that I've done for the month and divide it into my commission. And when I first started, I used to then divide that by 5 hours because I wasn't as efficient at the beginning, and now I am more efficient. But I used to get my dollar per hour. And so like $30, $40 per hour, that was great. Now, as I've done this for a little bit longer, I've built a team. I'm more efficient on my side of things, but I am training this team. I usually do the same thing at the show, at the sales up, divide by number of shows, and now I divide by about 8-9 hours. And I'm usually about the $50 an hour mark for that. Yes, ma'am.
Do you still get nervous sometimes?
I do get nervous at times. Like, say, there are times I've done shows where I have never met the person. So, like, they may have been an online contact or a referral that I'm walking into their house for the first time and I've never laid eyes on them. Or it's been a really long time and I don't remember what they look like. So thank goodness for Facebook. I walked into a house one time and I couldn't remember if it was the mother or the daughter that was the host. I was waiting to kind of see how they talked to each other to realize which one was which. It happens. Yes, ma'am.
What are your benefits of being a consultant?
Oh my gosh, there's a lot. So, of course, the great deal on the kit, I think is a really awesome one. When I first started, it was the benefit of the cash to make the car payment was what I was going for. But now, after being in this for 14 years, what keeps me in the business is that I like the flexibility and I like the vacations that I earn with it.
What out-of-pocket expenses did you use, and do you have to do like
Over
kind
like
of stuff?
so like tax deductions and like the expenses that kind of go along with that is like if I was to buy like the ingredients to do something like to try a recipe at home, I can deduct that. So that's an expense I could do. I usually try to drop off the packet to my hostess. So like say when I was at Stacy's house and Casey booked, I handed her the packet so I didn't have to mail that. But stamps, you can deduct anything that is ordinary and necessary according to the IRS. So like when the iPhone 7 came out, that's totally ordinary and necessary. So you can just deduct that. But yeah, things like that you need to operate your business. Office supplies, pens, paper, labels, catalogs. Probably my biggest expense is probably catalogs. You know, and I'm not stingy with them. As I told you guys, you can keep them, but some people don't. So it's a personal preference.
So you said vacations.
Yes.
What kind of vacations could you take?
So over the past 14 years, I've earned 8 vacations. Does anybody want to guess where my most recent one was to?
Disney World.
Riviera Maya, yes, right there on the card. So I love the fact that every year Pampered Chef offers a trip to every consultant in the business. If they don't limit the amount of consultants that can go on it, everyone can earn it. So that's really one of the reasons I stay, because vacation is not in our family budget. And so I work to earn the trip so that we can take the trip.
How many shows do you have to do to earn your vacation?
Really, with us, full-time is 2 shows a week. Can you guys imagine only working 2 days a week at your day job and getting a full-time income? So really, that's what we consider full-time is 2 shows a week. So that's 8 a month.
What is the commitment if I sign up?
If you sign up, what Pampered Chef, what you're agreeing to on the dotted line is that you would submit $12.50 in sales. Now that could be a combination of a cooking show like this. It could be an online party as well. $12.50 is a very magical number. The commission on $12.50 is exactly $249, which is the cost of the kit. So there's some little nerd that kind of figured that out. And but like if you decide after the $12.50, you're just I'm done. We don't have to get a divorce. We can still be friends. But I have a feeling you'll really like it.
And you made me forget my other question.
What's the biggest show you've
There you
done?
My biggest show
That
was
wasn't
actually a fundraiser, and the sales were $2,500, and I gave them my commission. So for their organization, so I wrote them a check for over $600. So, but that's a show type. It's a fundraiser. We also do bridal showers. We do cooking and catalog, like this is our cooking show. We can go Facebook Live and do one, just lots of different things.
Have you ever done a show and nobody bought anything?
I think the expectation is that when you come to a show like this, any kind of direct sales and home party, there is an expectation that there will be an order placed. You know, the sales could be anywhere across the board. Now, hopefully you've coached your hostess and like Casey and I talked about, where did Casey go? We talked about like she got some orders before I got here, and she's got some orders that are coming afterwards too, but I've walked out with less than 200 before, which is not a qualifying show. So
When you sign up with Pampered Chef, what kind of support training do you get?
oh, you get a lot of support. So you get to be my sidekick, and I will take you to more shows if you'd like. We also have a monthly team meeting that other consultants in the area come to, and we knowledge share. We have an awesome supportive team page. Hopefully you guys agree with that. That we share things back and forth, because I don't have to be your only resource. Unlike when I started, I got a big fat binder that I was supposed to read and I didn't. Now you have like YouTube and Facebook and text messaging and people that like we can connect with consultants all over the US. Like I didn't have that opportunity when I first started. So it's such a great time to be in something like this because one, everybody eats, right? Mm-hmm. And so, and you can be so connected to people.
So when you signed on with Pampered Chef, what was your reason for signing on and what made you stay?
So the reason I signed was to make a car payment. Well, I take that back. The reason I signed was I really wanted the large round stone and the food chopper that the consultant was using. And I thought, well, I could buy them. And then I thought, well, I'll just have a show instead. I know a lot of people. Then I thought I checked maybe on the customer care slip that maybe I was interested in a little bit more. And we talked, and very impulsively, 48 hours later, I joined Pampered Chef. I didn't know how to cook. And I invited everybody that I knew and had my kickoff show. So the reason I stay is I have two very active kids, so I can be at all their stuff. I also have realized about myself that I do not want to work 5 days a week and be dressed and be anywhere at 7 o'clock in the morning or have a boss. So this works out very well for that combination of criteria for myself. Does anybody else have any other questions? All right, so you guys have the hearts. Here's where it's going to get interesting. This game is called Stealing Hearts, and I have the corresponding spades. So who has the 5 of hearts? All right, so would you like the beach, the surf, or the moon?
The surf.
All right, hold, see, yeah, whatever. Who's got the 6? All right, would you like the beach or the moon?
The moon.
All right, who's got the 4?
I do.
All right, so you're gonna hold the beach. Who's got the 10? All right, which one would you like to steal?
Oh, no.
Keep yours and steal one of hers. Don't be shy, she's gonna steal from you.
Beach.
Beach. All right, who's got the 8? Which one would you like to steal?
The moon.
The moon. All right, who's got the king?
Me.
All right, which one would
moon.
you want to steal the moon back? Pass it over. Who's got the queen? Queen. All right, she's gonna steal. Who's got the jack?
Me.
All right, which one you want to steal?
The teal one.
Teal one. All right, who's got the 3?
Me.
All right, steal. Who's got the ace? All right, steal.
The sand.
Sand. Who's got the 9? All right, steal. Who's got the 7?
I do.
Steal. And I think the card I am missing is a 2.
That's me.
All right, steal. All right, you earned all. Jack. Okay, so then Jack, steal.
The moon.
The moon. Okay, excellent. All right, now I'm going to collect your cards, and don't do this, but you would open your prizes, and they are yours to keep. So even if you got 2, you get to keep 2. But there's one thing in the bags that is available to everyone is if you decide to join Pampered Chef tonight, there's a coupon in those bags that you can take $10 off your new consultant kit when you decide to join tonight. So this is a piece of paper that's cut in thirds. I have 1/3 of it is in each of their little bags. So as they opened it, they would have that. But I say everyone can take advantage of this tonight. Okay, so as we dish this out, you guys look at the catalogs. We are going to, I'm gonna let you guys sit and mix and mingle. We are gonna use Express Party Checkout tonight. So if you have a mobile device and you've already checked it multiple times, you can just flip that open, go right to pchefparty.com, and you're gonna put in this Express Checkout. That way you don't have to wait in line for me to do your order, but don't leave because I need to check it with you before you walk out. And then, but feel free to refill your drinks to get some more snacks, and we're gonna dish out this pasta. So, and make sure if you have any questions, you let me know that too. All right. All right, so that is out of show mode. I'll take the prizes back because I'm gonna reuse those. And then I can collect all the cards, right? Yeah. All right, does anybody have any questions?
Do you not say the name of the game anymore?
I think I do at the beginning. Sometimes I do, and then sometimes I don't.
She kind of said it at some point.
Yeah. And I said it kind of like, no, this is called Stealing Hearts, and here's what's gonna get interesting.
Yeah.
So I kind of say it's like a Dirty Santa game, or whatever. So back over there. All right, so ladies,
Let's fix the plate, and then as we go in there, we'll do our checkout with our with our one person, just to kind of run through that quickly. But go ahead and get your plate.
if somebody want to grab the plates, the caddy of plates, we can serve right from here, or I can move it. It's totally up to you.
Now, do you bring the plates or just do the hostess?
My hostess, I tell her to get the ingredients and the paper products.
And actually, if you saw the poll of items that we asked you guys to bring, that was actually something kind of shared with me from one of my sister directors. She tells her hosts, go ahead and buy, she tells them to get paper plates or whatever. She says, either do cheese and crackers or chips and dip, one or the other. Get grapes, get strawberries, and do cookies or brownies. That way it's not breaking her bank.
Right.
That's usually stuff everybody eats. And it's simple, and then she's like, okay, I know what to do. Rather than, oh my gosh, should I? And then she's online searching up Pampered Chef recipes. I've got to make mini hand puffs. No,
There you go.
no, you don't. Nobody wants no mini hand puffs.
These mini hand puffs are good though.
They are good. If you want more cheese, or if it needs salt and pepper,
Oh, you're
come
doing
on
extra.
up.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Look, Jessica,
Let us
Courtney, Laura,
No, I
Caitlin,
handed it to
you
me.
look so good.
She's gonna snatch that and have it out.
Sue?
Here, I have a plate already.
That may be it.
So my friend Jessica just got here. Y'all say hi to Laura, Caitlin, Courtney, and Jessica. They're on Zoom.
You need more cheese, there's more cheese.
So Jessica, I know you just hopped on. What we just did is we went through a mock cooking show. Tiffany kind of showed us what she does. Let me see. Tiffany kind of walked through what she does and how she gets everyone going and started. And you can have this is going to be recorded, so you can play back it. So Courtney, I know you kind of got some things going on too. If you want to play back this video, you can always play back it.
I know.
So, but right now, Tiffany is getting to quote unquote check us out, so you can kind of go through the checkout process. Jessica, I know that we did this at your house, but it's how you check out the guests.
Okay. Which one? Does it go on? All of them? Eat them all? Eat all the cheeses?
I had the medium.
Really?
All right, so Amy, you're gonna lead us through that part.
Playing meal cooking dinner.
You're not gonna bite tonight, are you?
My friends have just hopped on.
Oh.
Are you gonna bite tonight?
That's so good.
Right.
Oh.
Now that I think about it, I don't know where it is.
Hey, Laura. Hey,
We're gonna talk about that during.
I have to email you the name. I bet one of your former consultants.
You
Met.
Yeah.
Met.
That'd be great.
Met one of your former
Okay.
consultants. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. I've got it written down at home.
Which is
Remember
super
where?
I was at St. Teresa's Fun and Food Fest,
Oh.
and she stopped by and she goes, "Oh, they got a lot of new stuff since I sold." And I said, "Oh, were you a consultant?" And she goes, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, how long did you sell?" And she told me. I said, "Well, who was your upline?"
All right, everybody head towards the gym.
Well, at least you remembered my name, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't think they do.
But the big garage door's not open?
Well, good, I hope she bought or sold or, I mean, did she book you a party or anything?
No.
No.
All right, do you need me anymore?
Hey, how are you, Alexa?
No, you can go, you can go, you can
Good.
stay, and do whatever you want.
I did
I'm
just
gonna
now.
see if Michael can get me when
Okay.
game's over
Yeah. Let's try to hurry back this way. It wasn't the work through the garage was not.
Yeah, they keep going out there for some mattresses.
But can't they get out?
I think that's blocked.
You block it with the.
Oh, okay.
How's the meat go?
I'm taking my deal off.
Yeah. These, I don't even know.
New best time.
That has a name on it, like it's up at the stamp.
She got a minute and a half.
No, because I, where did you grab it from?
Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I just didn't put my name on it. Because you don't know.
Yeah, I think I'm okay.
All right, come on in here, guys, so that we can do the closeout thing and move on. Oh my goodness. My legs hurt.
Hey. How are you? No hating. You still gonna do I do have a time. You still have a time.
All right, Amy, you're up. Let's check out. Where'd Amy go?
She's working on stats.
Amy, I'll do your stats for you. Huh? You gotta check out the gas.
No, I did what?
You have to check out.
Oh, I do?
Somebody told me. Didn't you say you were doing the checkout? I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't know. All right, sure.
I don't do a full service checkout.
What?
Excuse me?
Not allowed.
I said, okay. She does
So fill us in. What do you do?
Okay, so what I do is like, okay, so I would, once y'all are eating, I would now hand out the door prize slip and have you all fill it out and return it to me for a prize. And then,
And what do you do for your prize? Because everybody's gonna want to know.
an old season's best.
And you give one to everybody?
No, one.
Draw one.
One draw. Okay.
Draw one winner from the.
Okay. What I just heard was I give you a door prize and tell you to return it to me for a prize.
No.
Right. Yeah. No.
Okay.
Everybody gets
I
back.
collect all the
Okay.
door prize slips, and then I don't necessarily go through them and look through them, but I kind of glance at them so I can kind of get an idea of what people have filled out. And I do say there's information on here about, would you like to have your own cooking show, catalog show? Are you interested to know a little bit more about the business side of things, fundraisers, and bridal registries as well as on there. So this is the only piece of paper I take home at the end of the night because you're going to keep your wish list. And then now I've been doing like a mix. Some are doing full service check, or some are doing express checkout, and some are still waiting in line for me to do it.
Yeah.
So I just kind of keep refreshing my phone so that I can see which, if somebody's sitting there and they're doing it themselves, that, they've kind of waited in line. They've already done their side of things. So just to kind of keep that. And then, I don't know if we talk about doing the business, I have in my little blue bag, I have a little flyer that's an old season's best and like a Q&A, the same Q&A that I put in my host packets. I put that in a little flyer for the people who are interested in the business, and then would hand that to them and set up a time to talk to them. And then booking my shows, we set the date right there so that I can hand them host packets right there. I don't have to mail them. And I make sure you bring your calendar, and you can start setting that stuff up right there. But that's kind of how I do my checkout. So it's kind of like a modified full service checkout. Okay.
I know that I heard a couple questions about express checkout. So if you're not familiar, I'll give you real quick down and dirty. If you shop on Amazon on your phone, then you may like dropping things into your virtual card. Okay, and your guests can now do that. So what you do is this is the app. If you don't even know what the app is, we need to have a private session, okay? But if you're going to find it on the app, I think easier than on the website. But on the app, under the show, all right, come on. Let's go in this one. When you open the show, all right, really?
The order is just there. If they have completed it, they have to put in their payment information and everything, and it just pops up as one of the heads at the bottom.
So when you go in the show, when you go in the show, you just touch up here, and then you will find the party code right there. So it'll tell you the party code. So she had written on there Are you confused? Touch your show. No, you don't know. You're not even in that. You're looking at an email. Okay. So,
I just don't see it.
oh,
Is it only for a cooking show?
are you on the app?
Only cooking
Yeah.
shows. Only cooking shows.
Right, yeah. So you're not going to find it on a catalog show. So that's what she has written on her chalkboard. Is this different code every party?
There's an entire section of the Consultants Corner dedicated to this.
Yes. But it's out there and it's available to everyone. And it is nice because you do have a mix of people. You've got people who are going to want to flip through the catalog and write it down. And you have people that are going to want to just do it themselves, you know. So
It puts up $1 on their, like, in the total screen, it says that they paid $1, and then you just have to drag the total over to the credit card.
So that took a little bit of getting used to when we first started with it, because I would look at their total and be like, oh, your total's $54. And they'd be, oh, no, because I already paid $1. It's really $55. So I always have to double check myself now, because it does take that $1 off, you know, and you got to look at it.
It's
So,
like, yeah.
yeah. So, and a lot of times they'll get stuck at the part where they have to enter their payment info or the send a consultant button. But if they do that, it'll show up. You may, like she said, you may have to refresh. But a lot of times what I find guests doing at my show is they'll do it and they'll go, I just sent you my order. Do you see it? Because they're like anxious about it. So like she was saying, she kind of keeps an eye on people. A lot of times people will tell me that they did it. So I know. And so then you can just call them up. But what
They
she
also
said,
cannot select their guest special.
right.
So that's why I told them, don't leave.
I was gonna say, it's very important that you say that, because a lot of times you'll have that one or two guests who they got to get home and they've got to, so they'll elect to do that because it seems faster and they'll want to scoot out the door, but they have to check with you. And so it's really good to say that, because this is kind of something the company put in place so that people couldn't do that and leave without talking to us to do that full service checkout. So it has to happen. So I'm checking you out, right? Okay. So I usually have my iPad with me just because it's larger and easier to see. I used to carry my laptop with me before we could do things on a mobile device. But I have forgotten my iPad, and you can do it on your phone. I just find if you have people who have difficulty seeing things, they want to look at their orders, and it's hard to do it on your phone. So I would have my iPad, okay, and I usually position myself somewhere, like if we came in here to eat, I might be on the corner of the counter right there. I try not to be completely removed from the situation because people are going to chat and I'm going to want to interject and talk and stuff. But I try to be a little bit away so that when, and not because I want people's orders to be private. It's not that kind of a party. Okay, but I don't want it to be confusing about who's ordering with me. So I kind of like to put myself a little far away so that it's an obvious designated area. And one thing I do is make sure I grab my paperwork and, you know, any goodies I have to give out and all that stuff. So it's all there ready to go. So I kind of set my thing up. And then I've got that. And so I'll tell people there's no rush, but I'm ready and my office is open whenever you're ready to check out with me. So that'll get people coming. So if Chrissy came to check out with me, she would walk over and the first thing I would say to her is she would probably throw her order in my face. That's what people usually do. Here's my stuff, here's my stuff. And then I would start to plug in her info, and as I'm doing that, you know, and I mean obviously name and email address is but I try to plug in everything they give me right then and there. So then I would say, Chrissy, did you have fun tonight?
I did. I had a great time.
That's awesome. What station were you at?
The tomatoes and basil.
Tomatoes and basil. Oh, so you got to use the manual food processor. Was that awesome?
Yes.
Awesome. So did you enjoy the recipe? Was it tasty?
Yeah.
Well, don't lie. Tell me the truth. Why didn't you eat it?
Because I can't.
Oh, I'm sorry. Casey should have been more, say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that you couldn't eat it. But at least maybe if you saw how we put it together, you can make it at your
It
house.
smelled fabulous.
Good. Yeah, smell-o-vision. There you go. That works. That works.
Yes.
So let me ask you, you totally killed it during the Stealing Hearts game. What about this business interests you the most?
The product.
The product. So if I could give you a ton of free product, you'd be down for that.
Absolutely.
So let me ask you this. Have you ever thought about doing anything like this?
Yeah, I thought about it. Wait, hold on. Tiffany, do you want me to answer like I answered you when you
sure.
asked? Okay. Actually, I sold it 10 years ago.
Oh, you did? Oh my gosh.
I did.
So why did you stop? See, now we're going down this road. Why did you stop?
Because I was young and didn't have good, I didn't say upline then, but I didn't have very good training support and had a bad party with bad checks and didn't know what to do. So
Oh my gosh, that
I
sounds
just
like a
stopped.
nightmare. So let me ask you this: if we're looking at, because we kind of talked about how the commission on 1250 is exactly 249, so that kind of cancels everything out. So if we were to give this another run, and I promise to help you out and coach you well, would you be interested in just kind of trying this on again, see if it works now?
I think that I am.
Awesome. Let's set a date for your grand opening party. Bam, there we go. I don't even care what you ordered. What are you getting? That's for the kid. Don't buy it. I don't care.
That's what my consultant told me. She said, what the two things you're looking at are in the kit. She's like, and what you are going to order is not going to bump the host up to the next $100
Right, you're not helping.
increment.
Right.
So you're not going to help her. I'd rather you sign and get them in your kit.
So there you go.
Honesty pays.
So that is now, is every guest like that? So let's pretend that
You want me
she
to change
was,
my answer?
well, I was going to say, let's pretend that she's maybe only mildly interested. So then the next thing I would say to her is, have you ever thought about hosting a party? Could we get your friends together for maybe a wine, cheese, and chocolate, or fajitas and margaritas? Would that be a lot of fun? And we could just kind of,
totally down for a party.
okay, so then what we could do by moving in that direction, we can revisit the idea. If she's kind of iffy, we can touch it again as I coach her as a hostess and at her party, and all of that's just going to be kind of pushing her toward. And now if I know she has that interest, then the bookings that we get at her party, we're just going to say, there's your business. Go, little birdie, fly out of the nest. And that'll be good.
And you can even, like, say Casey was interested in the business through our host coaching, we realized that. And I would say, like, at one point, I would say, how many of you would have a show for Casey if she was going to start her business? And they're more likely to say yes to her as the hostess than they are
Yeah,
to
well,
me.
God, I'll do it. I'll do it if you're doing it, Casey. You know, I'll help
Or if
you.
you come, I always.
Yeah. Yes. I'll have a party if all of you come. Don't leave without putting it on your calendar. Yeah. So if she totally gave us a no for the business, then of course we would ask the same kind of questions for hosting, but we don't let her leave. You got to get her on the calendar. So, and this is where we talk about knowing your calendar beforehand. You need to know what days you have available, what days you're willing to work. And I don't care if it's virtual or live shows. You need to know, because you can't, and I mean, those of you who only do virtual parties will agree with me, you can't just really kind of start them whenever, because when you get a bunch of them, that's chaos, right? You kind of need to have some guidelines there. So you want to know when that is. So if I was to say to her, you know, can we do the wine, cheese, and chocolate? She's down with that. Then I would say, all right, so were you really loving those, that Rock Crock special, or did you want to get the grill pan at 60% off? And based on what she says, whether she wants October, not that it's a grill pan, but it's anything, so it could be the grill pan, or the Rock Crock, we would go from there. And I'd say, well, what day of the week works better for you? I typically do my parties on, and then throw out the days that I'm willing to do a party. I have really just decided Tuesdays and Thursdays. Because I have way too much for the next 2 months on the weekend. So and you can spin it any way. If you want to do parties on a Saturday, you say, oh my gosh, end of the work week, Saturdays are great to do a party. If you don't want to do parties on a Saturday, you say, you know what, people are busy with sports and football and this and that on Saturday. So, you know, I find I don't get a lot of attendance on a Saturday. Let's do a Tuesday. So just on how you present it. You can run it one way or the other. But throw out what days you're willing to work. And then if she answers me, oh, a Tuesday would work great, then the very next Tuesday that I have open, I say it to her. Now, do I want to schedule every single Tuesday and Thursday? Maybe I do, maybe I don't. But the closer in we can put them, then when they reschedule, because they will, it's not an if. When they cancel and I've got to fill it again, if it's closer in, I've got more time to repair my calendar as it goes along. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So just pull it in close, and trust me, it will work itself out. It's the thought, does anybody ever have the fear of too many shows? Does that scare you?
I did 17
Right, no.
one November when Jim was out of town.
Yeah, no. Too many shows.
I did $11,000 in sales. You can do it.
Christmas was off the chain. So yeah, there's no, too many shows isn't going to happen. So don't worry about filling them all, because they will cancel and they will reschedule. It's just a fact of life. So that's, I guess, a quick full service checkout. That's kind of how you go through it. Does anybody have any fear, qualms on that?
What do you do with people who
express party checkout and walk out.
Well,
Casey, don't leave.
I gotta go. My kid is dying.
I'll call you tomorrow.
I mean, I have not really had somebody leave and I was like, wait, hang on, let me check. And I haven't had them like, now I'm leaving. You know, so they usually stop and come on. And because all that stuff's been in there, I don't have to say, do you want the menu professor? The menu professor said. I don't have to do that, you know.
And I said, let me double check it. This is what you wanted. Okay, and you got the guest special. So here are your own. You were only.
Yes.
You're so close to the guest special. What's the next thing on your wish list?
Yes.
Not your
$3
$12.
Because then what's $12? Because if you say you're close, then you go, well, I was looking at that small
I had
rock
people
rock.
add things like for 30, 40 bucks
Yeah.
that they were $3 away. Just say what's next on your wish list.
This is the cutest thing happening ever.
He wants to wear your shoe.
I think it was because of Talia.
Yeah, it really smells her
And
Well, yeah, plus he
because
thinks there's something in there.
last month he was
in your purse.
in my purse.
I love it.
That's
Did everybody do a green stat sheet before you came in here? All right. All right. If you want to ask more questions, we can dive into that at the end. We need to move on to our next segment. So we are going to jump into the month of September's recognition. So who wants to hand out my clappers?
Me.
Drew and Mia donated a couple little
Oh, those are cute.
silly clappers they got from birthday party.
You get a big one.
You.
All right, so we do have some brand new team members. So I'm going to ask Kristen to come up.
I get a little one.
A little one.
All right, so Kristen, this is for you. I'm going to read it for you. And then we have some for our new girls that are joining too. So Courtney will get this in the mail to you. Yeah, so stay right here for a second. All right, so you are holding the key to your store. How exciting it is to open your very own business. Picture yourself opening the door to your store. You must be so excited. Have you told everyone about it? How many people will come through your doors? Well, that all depends on how you host coach. How much future business will you have? Well, that all depends on how many bookings you get. Will your business grow or will you need to hire help? That will depend on if you share the business with others. How many hours a week is your business open? No matter if it's full-time, part-time, or just a hobby, you can treat it like a real store with real walls and real hours. If your store is low on sales, needs more customers, you need to do what any other store owner would do and have a sale. Advertising, get the word out that your store is here and open for business.
Get up there, Gia. Here, I'll hold your clapper for you.
There you go. All right, so Gia, you get one too. All right, so this is how your business does is completely up to you. Good luck with your business. Sincerely, Tiffany, Amy, and Laura. I know, I was like, what am I stepping on? The cat.
Can we photocrop Courtney in there?
Yes.
All right, Courtney, we're gonna photocrop you in there. Way to go.
Yeah, thank you. All right, ladies.
Welcome to the team, y'all.
All right, so we also have some friends that are on the Johnson team. We have Rob, we have a dude, Haley, and Barbara, who are not here tonight. So we'll make sure they get their stuff. Now, as a team, you guys know that you are all an essential piece of the puzzle. So the Foreman team, we did, as an organization in the month of September, we did $11,105. We did 25 shows, and 11 consultants of 35 were active last month, and we had 2 new team members. All right, so the Johnson team had 10,143 in sales. You did 18 shows. You had 8 of 18 consultants. Almost 50% of your consultants are active. You had 3 new team members. Way to go, Johnson team. So our goal for September was 12 consultants, green by 15. We just missed it, but congrats to Casey, April, Anita, Chrissy, Caitlin, Lisa, Dawn, Laura, and Sarah P, for being green by 15. Now our next celebration will be on October 17th, so you're keeping notes, October 17th. Hospitality, make sure you let us know. Okay, so you guys and Debbie and then Becky, who's not here tonight. Make sure you let us know if you're also green by the 15th. You can explain that too. So that we can include you on those numbers. So if we have 15 of us that are green by the 15th, we will have a surprise on October 17th. So who wants margaritas? All right, so it's all right. What?
She has never won.
I'm always the DD. I don't know who's gonna watch her. All right, so thank you, ladies, for helping at the stats table. So Casey's always here early to help at the stats table. Bye, Sue. Thank you for being here.
Bye, Sue. See you
tonight.
See you next month, Sue.
All right, so who in the last month has participated in any kind of online or in-person training? All right, so who wants to share something? We're gonna start with Stacey. The ACs, you're on deck.
The ACs are on deck. You can Stacey first.
Okay, so what popped into my head as we were sitting there talking about the Party Express thing was the fact that it is okay if they walk out the door. You just set the time to call them. Hey, I need to go through your office. I'm going to call you.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
need to do it later. And then in my head, because I do all virtual parties, for me, I was going, how do I toss that into a full checkout on a virtual party? Because I haven't done that.
Yeah, so you can totally call people and say, I'm just verifying your order. Even though they placed it and typed everything in, you're still verifying
I
it.
just want to call and make sure that's what you wanted.
Perfect. Awesome. That's a great advice. All right, so I think Karen, you raised your hand. What training have you done?
I learned how to do a fundraiser.
Yes, so
Yes.
share.
Yes, I did one, started it last Thursday, closed it Saturday, and had $232
Yes.
for fundraising for Hurricane Relief.
Yes.
I learned a little bit of research to figure out how to do it.
Yes, we were all learning that this month.
Right, how to click the right button.
Yes.
Where's the button?
Yes. So that was definitely kind of different. Now you still have until October 15th to do those fundraisers, but it's a little bit different on the setup end of things if you do it that way.
And I had they have a little thing that you can watch it.
Great. Awesome. All right. So going around here, do you guys have anything you want to share? Training you've listened to, training you've attended, something outside the box.
Your wonderful video on vendor events.
Oh yeah, the Tiffany and Amye show. How'd you like that?
I loved it. And
Okay.
and I did a vendor event that weekend.
Oh yeah, so I couldn't get this shut off.
I kept watching just to see if you could say anything.
Yes. Yes. So you did a vendor event and you survived and your setup was beautiful.
Spent way too much on the row.
Okay.
I'm actually hoping to make that a monthly thing. I can't do October because it is falling on the weekend of my Halloween party.
Yes.
So, but yeah, the ladies were really nice. They actually had a really good amount of foot traffic.
Great.
I wasn't expecting as many people.
So,
But I will tell you one thing I will do better is be more aggressive. Aggressive is probably the wrong word, but that's the word I'm
Assertive.
using. About getting people to complete
Proactive.
information to be able
Okay,
to
okay.
contact them back, because a lot of people took my business cards. There was one girl who was absolutely in love with everything, all of our new fall product, especially the bakeware, and we got to talking because we're both bakers, and she was really excited, and she's like, I think I might need to have a show, but she wouldn't.
okay.
So she took the catalog, she took my card. I'm hoping
So you gotta
to
stalk her in
really
some way,
elevate-
shape, or form.
That's what Amy
Yeah.
said. Just say, what's your name? And you start filling it out.
That's what Sarah was saying that you did. You're like, what's your
I
name?
think that's yeah.
Good call.
And I watched her video.
Yes,
too.
thank you, Sarah, for sharing your video. That was awesome.
If anyone who has done a vendor show just wants to put any tips and tricks on the website, I'm trying to just make a pile of information that when people go to the Facebook page, I can type in the word vendor and all these videos pop up.
You can just
So
watch.
that's why I've been trying to reach out to people. So if you've done one and you want to share,
Casey, thank you.
you're
Yes,
welcome.
thank you.
And I'll also add anything that was on my table that anybody wants to borrow. I'm more than happy to either bring it here so that it's available for
Okay.
you to borrow, or call me and I'll meet you somewhere. And
So like your staging kind of things you're talking about. Yes. Awesome. Yes, I think Amy had her eye on one of those.
I was gonna go back to
so-
Michael's and buy her that sign because
She likes dessert. It doesn't even matter what kind of dessert it is.
yeah, that's fine.
All right, so who earned the Christmas cookie cutters and the cookies? All right, that's awesome. So all you do is submit $7.50, and then Habitat give you a prize. All right, so I need to come back to the do and tell because I haven't finished doing that. Okay, So let's do our stats. So when we do our high five line, we start at the magical number of 750. Why?
Overrides.
That's when, if you're a team leader or above, you get your overrides. Also,
Hear that, Laura?
The next tier of
Commission.
yeah, so that is where your commission jumps from 20 to 22% is also 750. And right now, home office is like dangling this little carrot that every month you do 750, you get some kind of a prize. So 750 is an awesome number. All right, so when we get to the 750, I'll have you guys line up. But before that, let's just go and give some wahoos and claps to Alexis because she's here. Gia because it is her first meeting. Nancy is also here. I have missed my Cinderella cleanup crew. Nancy always stays and helps clean up. Courtney, who is joining us via Zoom, who's listening in Maryland.
And Jessica's here as a guest.
And Jessica is here as a guest. Awesome.
I didn't do Laura. I gotta do Laura.
Oh, hold on. I have spares right here.
Doing your stats, Laura. Please bear with me.
Okay. Is she gonna be? I don't know. We'll find out.
okay. Don't worry about it. No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
Keep going.
Okay. So then our next person did a fundraiser show, which she just shared about in one day. Got $232 in sales. Currently has 5,000 trip points and earned $2 for Catcher Conference for being here, and that's Karen. Awesome. Thank you. This young lady has just joined. She's done one show. She is here tonight for her first team meeting. Her sales were $321, which also means she has 321 trip points. And that's Kristen. All right. I don't know where Laura's sales fall. Do I have to stop? Okay. So this person did one show in the month of September. She's also been joining us on our Director Bound calls for Elevate Your Business. She attended the Stacy Itzel training. She earned the new consultant or the promotion for the sales promotion for the month of September. She has 25,000 trip points, and her sales are $805. Coming up, Stacy, 600. I'm gonna say 6 because that's what you have on there. I know. All right, high five. Awesome. All right, so this person did 2 shows in the month of September. Her sales are her top show was 616. She got 1 booking. She earned the Christmas cutters. She booked a new catalog show. She had earned $2 for being here for Catcher Conference, and her monthly sales were $916. Come on down, Debbie. High five. Awesome. All right. Let me see. They're all out of order. Sorry. Okay. All right. So this next. What's that? I know, right? All right. So this person did one show. She got 2 bookings. Her top show was $700. She got 2 new team members. Her commissionable sales were over $1,000. She earned $3 for being here tonight. Come on down, Sarah. All right, so this next person did 3 shows in the month of September. She got some bookings. Her top show, aka Voldemort, her top show was $584. She added a new team member on October 1st. Welcome, Courtney. She earned that consultant sales promotion. Her trip points are over 23,000, and her sales for the month of September are $1,263. Come on down, Casey. All right. This next person did 3 shows in the month of September. She got 3 bookings. She turned a busted cooking show into a $600 online show. What? She earned her consultant sales promotion. She has over 5,000 trip points. Her top show was $581. Her total sales were $1,523. Come on down, Chrissy. Awesome. Superstar. All right, this next person did 5 shows last month. Her top show was $1,085. She got 5 bookings. She got 2 new consultants. She earned the consultant sales promotion. I gave you the sale. I don't know how many trip points she has. But she's got total commissionable sales of $2,861. The queen of sales this month goes to Laura. We're all high-fiving and scaring Kenobi. All right, so don't leave Chrissy and Stacy.
Thank God.
I get a break. Watch out, that's a crazy cat.
All right, so Chrissy, you have qualified, which means you get one of these prize bags. So we've got a catalog tote, a water bottle tote, a mini catalog tote, and then 2 other catalog totes. You get to pick one of those to add to your collection so that whenever you're out and about, people are going to say, oh, look, Amber Chat. It's so hard to decide. One's quilted,
Everybody help me
one's
pick which one. That one.
Okay, there you go. So that is your prize for qualifying. Yay. All right. Good. All right. Now, Stacy is our newest team leader of our Little Paper Chef team. So we're changing your star from blue to pink. So you get to change your star. So that goes in there. Yeah, right on top. So now you pink. Her team leader. Now, since this is the first time you've promoted to team leader, we are giving you $15 to Target and $10 towards cash for conference. So that is pretty good. All right, and then I'm also going to have you add Stacy because she's not here. And just put her like down your line, like underneath, like how yours is going in a line. All right, so there is Stacy, and then Casey. I'm gonna have you add Courtney underneath your line. So there, you can go straight down there. So there's Courtney's got a star. All right, and then Kristen, come on up. I forgot to do yours. So come on up.
Look at all these people under
Yeah, so
me.
you got all those people there.
It's fake, y'all. This is not real.
And you can go anywhere ever, like in the yellow general area. Anywhere over there, yeah.
Okay.
I'm kind of nerdy. I line them up, but you know what else. All right, so there we go. So this is the foreman's organization. So our goal is to get to senior director by conference. So senior director means 4 directors. So that's why we have these 4 red stars over to the side to start building their teams.
No pressure.
And
There's 0 pressure.
0 pressure. So there's our little organization we are just running. So that is so awesome. All right. So then, all right. So then we have a recruiter in the house, which was Sarah P. So yay for Sarah being a recruiter. And then Laura. Both had 2 new consultants on their teams. That's totally awesome. And I'm going to have to work on the do and tell. I didn't do that while we go over. I'm handing the baton to Laura to do announcements. All right, so you want this, or do you have yours?
Is that, you printed that after I updated?
Yes.
Oh, that's, yeah.
You want that? It's a little bigger?
Did you buy it yet? I didn't buy mine yet. No, I haven't bought mine.
It starts there and then goes to the next page.
I remember to bring cash to the next.
I did that one do and tell, but
Yeah.
I forgot to post it under your.
Okay, so this is what we'll do.
I need to recount my do and tells.
Yes, please do.
5.
Check it.
We blew it up last night.
Yeah, we did. Chrissy's like, do and tell. I'm writing thank you cards. But you know what? I'm doing that right now because she said that, so I can put that.
All right. So we're gonna play a little, do something a little fun with our announcements tonight.
Yay, fun!
So I'm gonna ask a couple questions, and if whoever thinks they know the answer is gonna raise their hand. And I know like sometimes it's gonna be more than one of you at once, but I'm just gonna pick, and that's because I'm up here and you're not. All right. So we alluded earlier, and then some, to the new type of fundraiser that's going on right now. Anybody know what that is?
Hurricane relief fundraiser?
Hands! Yeah, you gotta put your hands on. Very good. And it's for who?
For the hurricane relief.
For who? But like what? Which hurricanes?
Arma, Maria.
Oh my God, it's so sad that there's so many.
Okay, now, you have to keep your eyes open when I throw candy. You okay? Okay. Or do that, because that would, all right. And because you're smart, you got Smarties.
Yay, thank you.
All right. And the details on that, anybody know when does it end?
October the 15th.
Thank you very much.
Can't hit your head.
All right, and we already talked about, so I won't hash over that, you got to make sure you set it up right, okay? Anybody know what the host special for October is? Anything?
Special 65.
Sorry. Okay, and that's new, right? Because it wasn't that till yesterday. I don't know about y'all, but that is my favorite special, hands down, all year long. So, and who knows what the host special for November is?
The rock.
Hand! Sorry. All right. I out of my peripheral vision, I did not see that you guys had your hands up first, but you did start talking. I'm going to give you a bye this time only. Okay, tell us again. What is the special?
Rock and the carrier.
Host special? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there more than one rock involved?
Yeah, I thought there was three different.
Okay, well, so just fill in the blanks a little bit. No,
Every
very
day.
good.
Be
Okay.
more specific, please.
Who knows where you can find this information? I saw Debbie. Oh, you gotta be more specific.
Oh, jeez. Under promotion. I don't know. Little top.
Thank you very much.
That's two-part question. That's two-part answer.
Oh.
Okay, go ahead.
It's on the app under news.
Yes! Oh my God, I love it. That's what I'm talking about. So,
Just screenshot that crop on my
last but not least, is the December promo up yet? Who knows?
Is December up yet?
All right, don't nod your head. Raise your hand.
No. I mean, it is.
Kristen. And what is it?
I still knew.
Okay. Katie.
I looked at it. We want December host special?
Yes.
60% off anything again.
Again!
I can't take it.
All right, nobody has any excuses not to crank it out, right? Okay, now we won't go over the guests because we're, moving along here, but you can find those guest specials in that same location on Consultants Corner or on your app. All right, now, consultant sales promo. All right, sorry, too much wine. For October is what? What do you get as a consultant? Sarah.
Price can't rebate.
What? Oh, that's not the one I was talking about.
Okay.
All right, no. Okay, let me I didn't state that very clearly. Okay, so the new consultant promo, which means if you join our company this month, you get
The half price can't rebate.
Thank you. Very good. Ready?
Sure.
Okay. Don't let it go on your drink. All right. What is the consultant sales promo for October?
That's a really good question.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
I don't know. Who was first?
She got it.
Sarah?
The rock carrier.
Thank you very much. Ding, 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 ding. I'm getting better at talking. All right. Can we buy this product? Does anybody know?
No.
Hands? All right.
That's a big old no.
That's a big negatory. Big Daddy. All right. So sell $750 or wait or host your own show in November, but by then, of course you can start a November show in October, submit it November 1st, but really just earn it this way. All right. Okay. Oh, just throwing this in as an aside, if any of you did not see this earlier, I don't know if Tiffany put this on the team page, but anyway, if you are unable, let me make sure I say this straight. Is it possible to buy the rock carrier by itself?
No.
Not right now, no.
Will it be?
Not so early, no.
Yes, in November for the host.
Purchase?
I don't know.
No. Okay. You cannot buy the Rock carrier separately. Not next month, which is November. Not right now, as far as we know, until something might change. So, you know, if you like to send the home office messages about things you want to see happen, that might be a good one. Okay. But Tiffany is going to share, if she didn't already, some good words to use for people who already own Rock Crocs and want that carrier but don't want to get another Rock Croc that's the same. Okay, so I won't go into that right now, but keep an eye out for that. All right, so what happens with, what is the big deal about October for Pampered Shop? This is kind of a sketchy question, but Debbie?
37th anniversary.
That's right. It is our 37th anniversary. And so we already talked about that they're, you know, up in the post special, but there's something else. Casey.
Enter the drawing to win a $370 shopping spree.
Not way, oh my God. You can win a 300 and, why 370?
37.
Oh, of course. All right. And what happens if your host wins? What's the deal with that?
You get some too.
You get what?
Entered in. No, if they win, $50.
Debbie.
Sorry. $50. Yeah.
How much?
370.
Okay. Your host wins. You get the same thing.
A quick question. So, is it a drawing separately for the hosting consultant, or if your host wins, the consultant automatically wins?
Right.
Okay.
Part B.
Got it.
Okay. Now, do I wish there was more than one winner? Heck yeah. But you know, you never know, right? So just work your business and maybe you'll win. All right. We have something special that we're just selling in the month of October. Who knows what that is?
The pink.
Yes.
I am so
sorry.
The pink whipped cream.
Are we selling that?
Sorry.
Yes.
Oh, we are.
$1.
Okay. And it does what again?
$1 goes to the American
Okay. Here it is.
She's raising her
breast
hand.
cancer awareness.
Thank you very much. So
Never at the right time.
Help with cancer whipped cream makers. Christina or Chrissy? All right. Did you have something else to add?
She's just raising her hand,
Yes,
trying to get used to the feeling.
She was going to add pink products to the
This is not an aerobics class. Is there something else that's only for sale this month?
Chrissy.
The Halloween cookie cutters.
You can't say that out loud.
That's not what she was going to say.
Well, it's out there now.
All right. Well, nobody gets candy this time. All right, but yes, the Halloween cookie cutters are only for sale through October 30th. Yes.
Pink products in the house.
Yeah.
And cookie cutters.
Okay.
Halloween
All right. I'll give you that because
cookies.
they are online only, outlet only, but they are only available
I'm
this
not
month.
coming next month.
I'm not saying it. It's not my fault. It's their fault.
Oh, you'll miss it.
All right. What else is new on Consultant's Corner that has to do with the holiday season? Anybody know what that is?
Shut up, Stacey.
See? I
didn't do it.
I see that hand.
Throw candy at Stacey
It is. It is what she said. But you need to say it so everybody, including our guests.
The holiday gift guide.
That's
It's
right.
on the
That's
internet.
right.
It's
That's right.
awesome.
So,
right there.
You can have mine.
there,
I got it.
this would be part of it?
Yes.
Okay.
One of the 2 downloadable pieces.
There's how many pages to that? Anybody happen to know?
14.
12, 14, something like
It's
that.
long. Okay. So I don't know who it was. One of y'all, we were getting ready to place supply order, and we were like, "Where's the holiday gift guide to order on supply?" And then I was like, I found it on Consultant's Corner, and I kept clicking, and there was more pages and more. I thought, "There's no way they're selling this to us." So then I called, and sure enough, they said, "Yeah, no, we're not. You know, it's not a supply order item." It's online only. So print a really pretty copy. Don't print it on your home computer printer. Send it to Office Max. Get a really nice looking one. And if you're like Tiffany and Amy, laminate it, or
We have a
whatever.
discount. Let them know for it. Yeah, we get our discount.
All right.
So
Yeah.
as an online, the virtual, I can just download the PDF.
And then put your
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
so that's the
You can
advantage there.
download the PDF and put your name and stuff all over it
Right.
too, and then
Right.
send it off.
Thank you. All right, and use Canva and dress it up some more if you want. All right, we covered all of that. All right, so we talked about Green by 15, and what is the magic Green by 15 number for October?
150.
You better stop, or
How
I'm
many-
making you
how
go
many
stand in the
people?
hallway.
How many people have
Get some duct tape.
All right, what is the number? Say it loud.
$150.
No.
I mean,
How many people have to be green?
Oh, sorry, I didn't clarify myself. Right, you have to have, the goal has been raised, right? Because how many was it for September? 12, and we didn't quite hit it. So now, but this is peak selling season, so there's no excuse, right? We all need to be hitting that mark at minimum. Okay, so 15, and then we're gonna go and do something fun, which is a surprise. On what date? Who was paying attention earlier? You raised your hand. Thank you. Awesome. Okay.
See that?
The next meeting is Tuesday, November 4th.
2017.
Are you kidding me?
I know, right?
Tuesday, November 4th.
No!
November 7th.
November 7th.
December 4th.
Thank you. All right, what day is, there's something else happening on November 7th. Anybody happen to know what that is?
Oh, it's election day.
Oh, my God, it's election day.
So what should you do before vote? You come to the team meeting. Thank you. Be a good American. Vote for whoever you think will.
Just so y'all know,
Help.
y'all on Zoom, none of us are raising our hands. We are horrible at this. We've been out of school way too long, and it's driving them mad.
Yeah, they need to go back to school. All right, December team meeting is not, the date is not yet set because, anybody know why?
So all this makes us do it.
Did you raise your hand?
I did. Nobody can see my
Because their office usually announces the trip, and they'll let us know when to have the
And
meeting.
there's
Right.
pizza. There's pizza.
So it's like a national meeting day or something like
Amy
that.
Amy
can eat.
Debbie,
What?
you better look up, girl, or this will bean you right in the noggin.
I caught this one.
All right. So the other couple of things, there is usually a cutoff for shipping and handling, in time for the holidays. And there are not just one, there's like 4 of them. So it starts with Hanukkah, and then there's Christmas, and then there's Kwanzaa, and I think there's one other one. I apologize if I missed.
Maybe New Year's? Do they do
Okay.
one?
I'm
I don't
not sure.
know.
Thanksgiving, maybe? No, not.
No.
All right, maybe there's 3.
But
but-
they do stagger it and say like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so pay attention to that. We don't have those numbers yet, right? I don't believe we do.
seen them.
No, okay. But what date should you submit as many of your orders and shows as possible, because
Really, people.
blank.
December 15th.
Why?
So that way they get back in time for the holidays, and they don't have to pay the extra money to have express ship.
Okay, that's a good point. Is there another reason?
Because Star Wars comes out.
Oh,
We
did
don't
you
wanna
raise
be
your
doing
hand?
shit.
Very good. Because you're gonna get paid, that's right. Submitted by the 15th, get paid by the 21st. And then there is rush shipping available on our websites as well. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, next thing to mention is that our January through July team meeting dates will be announced at the next team meeting, which is November 7th. Okay, so when you come November 7th, you will find out what the meeting dates are for the first 6 months or more, 7 months of next year. So there's no excuses. All right, and last but not least, who knows what is the first day of National Conference 2018?
August. August 1st.
Pants!
I think.
Oh.
I think.
Pants.
Did you raise your hand?
No.
Okay. All right. Yes, it's August 1st. But here you go, because you play by the rules.
I think you should put rocks and Smarties in the next one. And if
I'm
people don't raise their
thinking-
hand, throw rocks.
Next month, I'm coming up with like Smarties or Smarties pants. I don't know. All right. I think I got them all. So, done.
All right. Anybody else have do and tells I didn't give you free tickets for? How many of that?
What's up, cat?
All right. So there is your 4. Anybody else?
I don't know.
Did you do it yourself?
I don't know if I've been.
Let me look you up real quick.
You just do live shows.
She's got a
Yeah.
bottle of Smarties.
You
She's
did 2
fine.
live shows.
Did you do
You went live and shared something. That's at least 2.
You're right, I did those 2.
You did 2. I watched them.
Okay, so there's 2. So this is going to be on you guys to make sure you know how many do and tells you posted.
I just feel like
Do you want to grab Stacy's Twincells tickets?
I don't, if you want to give them to me, yes.
Stacy won.
But I think you have to be in here.
Do we have to be here? Oh, okay.
It's all good.
All right, so let me go back here. All right, so your challenges for the next meeting are to attend a show. So if you do not have a cooking show on your calendar and you need to see one in person, I guess, you do get to see one here today. But Laura, Amy, and I keep a list of all of our cooking shows so you guys can go to them. We will not be doing a live cooking show demonstration like this again for a while. So it is much better for you to come to a show with us. So if that means foregoing movie night or I don't know what else you guys do on this side. Going to your kids' practice, you can get a carpool. Whatever it is, come to a show, okay? Sarah, you came with me last year. It wasn't too bad. I didn't hurt you or anything, right? Awesome. All right, so come to a show. That's your assignment. So between now and the next team meeting, align your calendar to come to a show with me, Amy, or Laura. And then the schedule will be on the team page. We'll bump that up. Also, keep a lookout for vendor events. This is the prime time of year. Even if you can't do it, pass it on. So thank you for passing the one on that you did, and I think somebody else has passed a couple on. Maybe you've seen my little Power of One example that I put up there that I did a vendor event almost a year ago. So it was November 17th, 18th last year at my kids' school. I talked to a couple moms that I barely knew. One show, when I followed it all the way through, led me to $3,000 in commission. So just one event that I paid $20 for got me $3,000 in commission from doing, there's 4 shows and there's still one more to do, so that number's still growing. So I'm doing that show this Sunday.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
I know I've talked about this before, but this is a different group than we've had in a while. I do, in this time of year and in the spring again, I do special events at White's Garden Center in Deep Creek, okay? And they are awesome people and they let me come in. I'm not the only vendor, like Lila Rose there and 31 and whatever, but what's the name of the other one in Virginia Beach? McDonald.
Oh yeah,
Center.
McDonald's nursery,
Okay.
yeah.
So, to my knowledge, there is not a Pampered Chef person doing McDonald Garden Center's special events. And one of my friends in the vendor business told me that a couple months ago. So,
Jump on it.
I'm not going that far to do that event. And plus, it conflicts with my white stuff.
I tried looking that up. How do you find that?
You call the manager of the
Call
store
McDonald's.
and you say,
McDonald's nursery.
Well, I didn't know if it was like just like a monthly thing or if it was a once a year thing.
Call them and ask.
Yeah.
no,
Get
it's
an
like,
answer.
it's like we just, last weekend was a
You
Hampton
should.
pageant, and the weekend before that was Mom Mania, and then we have like hayride.
And Karen, it's right down the street from you.
So they're doing it.
So call them out, I guess.
Well,
Yeah.
all right, who knows that Oberweis guy? All right, Paul? All right, everybody knows Paul.
I get Oberweis
Okay.
too.
He's the dude
Sorry.
that runs the
Everybody knows Paul.
vendor Facebook group. He's the one that told me that McDonald Garden Center does the same thing.
That's why.
So if one of us needs to get this, not somebody else's team.
Right,
So-
somebody call and get it, and then put out the dates and we'll figure it out.
I will call tomorrow.
Thank you.
Bam, done.
Yes.
Thank you, Karen.
Take one, pass it
Do and
around.
tell. Do and tell.
Do and tell, do and tell, do and tell. That counts for next month, do and tell. There you go.
Oh my God.
All right, so there's that. And then right now is going around is our team meeting evaluation. Please fill that out and you can leave it on the table with the name tags when you leave your name tag.
Leave your name tag, Karen.
Thank you.
Leave your name tag and your evaluation on the table there so that we can separate and clean all that up. Okay, so we have still some freebies left. So if you weren't here last meeting and you want to look through this bag, there are some freebies that have been gifted to us that we'll turn around and gift back out. So feel free to look. And then we have our catalog raffle. So who brought a catalog tonight? And who needs a white ticket?
I do.
So while she's doing that, do take the time to fill out the evaluation, please, because you see that last time what you asked for was live cooking show experience training and vendor events. And we hope we flooded your brain with information on both of those topics. We're trying, you know, we always try to figure out what's the best way to get that information to you.
Tiffany.
And to be able to cover everything you requested. So let us know what you want.
Tasty.
Can I interject for just a second?
Sure.
When Laura was talking about vendor events, the other thing you can do is go to Pilot online and look for the 2017 Fall Bazaar list.
Every church, every school, like everybody's got something.
Everybody has something going on from now until through December. And so there's always something you can find and just start calling. And even if it's a church that just says, the women's group are having a bake sale, da 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 da, it doesn't hurt to call and ask them, do you allow vendors to come in? Because they may say yes, and you could be the first person to call for Pampered Chef, and they hadn't had somebody.
Nextdoor app's a good one too.
Nextdoor is awesome.
But watch where you post it on Nextdoor.
You can't self-promote on Nextdoor, but you can
No, all I
you can do
did was
events.
put I posted about the LuLaRoe event, just about the event. I didn't say anything about my Pampered Chef business, about me being there, and somebody still flagged it and deleted it.
Well, that's because people are picky.
Yeah, they can be.
But if you
really
create an event, it might be different.
For $5?
Well, and I
As opposed-
created the event. The event was, I did that, but then
Are you
2
green?
days before and the day of,
Yeah.
I just
I was
posted
trying to
about
get
going
that, but I
to
couldn't
it
get it in
and
today.
where it was, and somebody flagged it.
I'm right
Sarah,
there.
I
I'm right there
posted
with
my,
you.
my launch event, and it wasn't
A
flagged,
little
and
short.
I posted a reminder that it was closing,
That got flagged.
and nothing, and they flagged it.
Yeah.
People have too much time on their hands.
Yeah.
All right, so then catalog raffle. Got all the white ones?
Please, anyone else that I missed? Catalog.
All right, so the winner takes all with the catalog raffles. So the winner of the white ticket is 748 2
Yes.
2
Yes.
5.
Yay.
All right. So this stack is all yours, and I can't move. So.
I never went in.
There you go. And Kenobi wants to play fetch. Okay, Kenobi, go ahead. All right, and then Laura, you bring the raffle bag.
No.
Uh-oh.
I did not.
That means we get to pick what we want.
I'll go out to the garage and pick something in a second.
I need to buy tickets.
All right, so buy tickets. Okay, so I'll go out to the garage.
All right.
Also, I'll just
Yeah, sure, there's no raffle bag.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't have.
I never
When
When I say I never
What
went,
do you want?
I never
You
went.
never And now you have some Kellogg's.
Ticket prices. You do it better.
Courtney.
I messed up.
2 for 1,
She not
3
there.
for 5, 10 for 10.
There you go. We can make change if you need.
What is that? How much?
There's no change. You have
Oh,
20,
yeah.
you gotta buy 20.
$2 for 1, 3 for 5,
10 for 10.
10 for
What
10.
happened to the little sign?
I don't know.
What's in there?
I don't know. You gonna give me 10?
Random. Yeah.
10 for 10?
1,
2, 3, 4, 5,
You're blowing up.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's probably Courtney.
Amber. Oh, it's Amber. She doesn't mind different colors.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That better be $10. 2 for 1, 3 for 5, 10 for 10. 10's your best deal. $2 for 1
I don't know. I
ticket.
can't do it. That's why I can't say it because I have to.
2 tickets for $1?
No, $2 for 1
one.
ticket.
Thank you. $5 for 3 tickets.
That see, it doesn't make
$10
sense.
for 10
Yeah,
tickets.
it doesn't. It does
Okay.
not.
2 for 1, 5 for 3. It's 1 for 2, 3 for 5.
Say it backwards.
It's a dollar
Say it the
for
right
a
way.
I know. I can't do it.
No, I would say one for two.
One for 2,
One for
$3 for
$2,
5,
and 3 for $5.
Yeah.
Is that not what I said? 10 for 10. So that
Yeah.
You take you take your $10, your 10 tickets.
Why? I still
It's just easier if you rich.
So we had time to buy more tickets, didn't we?
Yes.
How convenient.
Anybody else need a ticket?
Tickets.
Tickets.
What does the money go towards, you guys?
Oh, who knows?
Does anyone know what the money goes towards?
Raise your hand.
Our
What's it go towards, Chrissy?
isn't it the friends and heads that are You're like
Oh, I know what it was. All right, so does anybody need
that and other stuff.
a Help with Cancer pin? Who doesn't have one to wear this next month?
Yeah.
All right. So that's
Pin for your lapel.
Get in there, Toby. You can sit.
Let me just pass them out for you.
yes. All right, that was the one thing I remember that I needed to hand out.
Do you want one, Courtney, Laura, Caitlin?
You want to mail them one?
I'll mail one.
It's okay. It was a cat sneeze.
All right, Kristen, can you catch?
Kid sneeze because that was
Good,
yeah.
Dude.
There we go. That's to wear on your stuff until you get Pamper Chuck logo wear. You can wear that.
I didn't do it. I put this on my purse.
There you go.
I brought my purse to church, and 3 people were like, "You still paper chuck?" So I gave it.
3 people?
Oh, I've got this one.
Wow.
The lady that sits at the table where I sign my sons out every afternoon for school looked at my shirt yesterday and said, "You still sell Pampers?" Yes, I do. For the past 13 years. Yes, you see me every day. Yes, I hate your face. Yes.
All right, so we got raffle tickets sold. We already did the catalog one. All right, Earl, there's a lot of orange raffle tickets in here. All right, so winner, chicken dinner gets number 763.
Yes.
4.
Yes.
4.
No.
2.
Oh, that's me.
There it is! Right, Sarah? That is for you. Show everybody your goods.
I think Sarah's the new Nancy.
Uh-oh, did she win last time?
It's because I ripped her ticket.
Oh, because you ripped her tickets? All right, so those of you who took notes during your kitchen observation, sit down and maybe finish filling out your notes so that you have that. Maybe make some notes.
I think she's excited.
I love this thing.
Oh, fun.
Aw, I'm glad I sold mine that I.
Oh, good.
So I don't have any, so now I have something. And.
Nice.
Awesome.
Thank you. You want the
No, the bag is for you. Look what it has on it on the front.
Ooh.
Help with Cancer. Okay.
Very nice.
So go back and fill out your kitchen observation guide and maybe like make yourself some notes on I will do this, I won't do that, so that you have that for your next cooking show. And then cleanup wise, please take your cups, plates, whatever to my trash can. Take all your tickets and dispose of them. Name tags and evals go on the table. And I'm really hot, so.
And if you brought something, don't forget to put it on the little sticker.
No, we didn't do that this time.
Never mind.
They weren't cooking.
Forget it.
Did you do the do and tell?
Oh, do and tell prize. Thank you. All right, so the green tickets, so your do and tell prize. So every time you do something income producing, you need to go on the team page and hashtag do and tell, and then fill in the blank of what you did, so that we can see that you're working your business. All right, so the winner is 590 9 6
What?
Not me.
8. Chrissy!
Chrissy!
All right. Now I'm gonna
Raise your hand
box
for
I put it in.
Nobody throw anything at me.
All right, and then Chrissy is also going on the retreat with me, so we're road tripping it together next weekend. So I will have a special prize for you in the card too. So this is a $5 Target gift card for you to use online or in the store. We're doing your do and tell. So,
Awesome.
all right. Anybody have any other questions, concerns? Anything we need to cover? Everybody good?
I do have a question.
Yes.
Newbie question.
Yes. We like it.
The hostess cannot place an order to boost her own sales, right?
She can with a different email address.
Okay.
So like husband's email address, her secondary email address, her kid's email address, a made up email address.
That she just made up on yahoo.com. Just right
You
now.
could
for her
use
job.
a phone number with the @my.
Yeah, that's the workaround. Say you have
Yeah.
a little old grandma who doesn't have an email address, which is everything else. You use the 7-digit phone number at mytpc.com.
Yes.
So that's another way that she could do it. It's not going to send her a receipt, but you can go in and force a receipt to go to another email address. So I just copy her email address and send it to her legit email
Did
address.
you have to put the area code on there too?
Yes, 7 digits.
7 digits.
10 digits.
10 digits.
You're right.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
All right.
Well,
All right, well, thank you guys for joining us. If you have any questions, feel free to post them on the team page, but we are very thankful that you guys were here with us tonight. All right, so we're going to end the recording.